Hey you guys, it's your girl T, and once again our favorite state is back in the news, Ratchet ass Florida. Now it's been a minute since I've done a Florida story. I thought Florida was handling their business. I thought Florida was getting the shit right, but I spoke too damn soon. So what happened now is that there's a 20-year-old girl named Kaitlyn Mendoza, and basically this fucking pothead drunk bitch goes onto Twitter and she sent out a tweet talking about too drunk to care. And moments later, after she sent out that tweet, about an hour or so later, they're saying she ended up driving on the wrong way of the expressway in Florida, and she killed two best friends. These two girls were young. They were 20 and 21 years old. Their names were Kaitlyn and Marisa. This story is just tragic. I'm going to go ahead and play you guys a news clip, and I will come back with the rest of my commentary.
On this story throughout the broadcast, and tonight we're learning new information about the woman accused of causing a deadly wrong-way wreck. It turns out that she doesn't even have a valid driver's license. CBS 4's Carrie Codd has more now from Broward Health North in Deerfield Beach, where she's being treated.
A massive procession of cars flowed into a Parkland church Friday as mourners said farewell to Marisa Catronia. As Marisa was laid to rest, we spoke with former neighbors of the driver, Kaitlyn Mendoza, who authorities say was driving the wrong way on the Sawgrass Expressway early Sunday morning when she hit and killed Catronia and Kaitlyn Ferrante.
She was always a good kid, shy, and always working.
Liz Brazier says Kayla lived next door to her in this Hallandale Beach home for several years. Liz's son Kevin said the news came as a surprise.
I was shocked. It didn't occur to me like it was really her. Like, how could such a thing happen to her? She's such a nice and sweet girl.
Brazier says Kayla and her family recently moved out of the home. What surprised Brazier and her son are these tweets on Kayla's Twitter page. This tweet from just hours before the crash reads, "Too drunk to care." On her Twitter feed, there are also tweets about bongs, drinking, and several pictures of marijuana cigarettes. On the page, Mendoza is described as the pothead princess.
That's not our Kayla, the girl who used to stay over there.
The tweets have enraged some of the family members of the victims. Marissa's father, Gary, told me Thursday night that the too drunk to care tweet actually gave him some answers that he was desperately seeking.
I didn't need blood alcohol test. This person was drunk and on a suicide mission.
The Florida Highway Patrol is investigating the crash. They're also looking into these tweets. No charges have been filed at this point. These types of cases can take some time before seeing the inside of a courtroom. Meanwhile, the family of Kaitlyn Ferrante is planning for her funeral tomorrow. Live in Deerfield Beach, Carrie Codd, CBS 4 News Tonight.
Okay, so you guys just watched a news clip, and the thing that pisses me off the most about this story, that it's always the idiots who don't care, who don't value their own lives, who end up living, and the people who are doing nothing wrong, who do care to live, because I'm sure these two girls who were best friends and had their whole life ahead of them, I'm sure they cared. I'm sure they wanted to live. But stupid ass Kayla didn't give them that choice. She chose to be selfish, get drunk, tweet about it, and then kill two innocent girls. They had to bury these poor girls this week. You know, this whole situation is just sad, and I feel so bad for that father. Like he said, he can never hug his daughter again. He can never tell his daughter that he loves her. And not because what? Because his bitch wanted to get drunk and go drunk driving? I mean, did this bitch not learn nothing from the 2012 case of that rapper Inky? If you guys remember Inky, a.k.a. Irvin McGinnis, Inky was a 21-year-old rapper from crazy California. He decided to tweet his followers that, you know, basically he was drunk, doing 120 miles per hour, and YOLO. And what ended up happening is after he sent out that tweet, him and all 5 of his friends crashed into a wall and died. You know, I don't understand this YOLO mentality. I don't understand this whole, you know, telling everybody your business. Okay, you're drunk. Take your drunk ass to sleep. You don't tell everybody that you're drunk and you don't care and then get behind the wheel of a car. You don't tell everybody that you're drunk and you're doing 120 miles an hour and then you slam into a brick wall. You know, this is just insane to me. We have to do better. Young folks, if you can't drink responsibly, then you shouldn't be fucking drinking. You know, because drinking and driving have real consequences. So I just think this whole situation is just tragic. I think, you know, people need to start making better decisions. And her Twitter profile is just laced with all types of, you know, tweets about marijuana use and getting drunk. So this girl probably had a lot of issues, and her parents, you know, were either ignoring it or, you know, just washed their hands of her because she was pretty young. And it's like, this is all she talks about day in, day out. She has all types of pictures of weed on her, you know, Twitter page. This is just insane. And once again, it's coming out of our favorite state, Ratchet ass Florida. So go ahead, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts on the entire situation. All right, deuces.